to always come back to Indunamo. And Peter, please do pass my regards to Randani and team. I am definitely delighted to have a conversation with yourselves. I hope it's as interactive as it should be. Yeah, and trust me when I say given a chance, I will do Indunamo once again, and I'll share with you guys my journey with Indunamo. It stems something like 7 or 8 years or so. But I'll go through it. And but what I wanted to just assure you of is that you definitely have a team of lecturers that have got in-depth knowledge of all courses, right? It's amazing how even sometimes when you're just talking to the one that you think is just purely on accounting, how they're able to unpack things and incorporate all other courses. So you're definitely at the right place within Dunamo. And I'm not saying this purely because I've qualified, but I've been with them in various programs, and I'll talk to it when I give you guys my background. But you're in the right hands. The support team is amazing. They certainly got me through. You know, Linda, that chocolate that you were talking about. There would be times where I would get that chocolate when I go and write an exam. So yeah, so
What
certainly
flavor?
Kit Kat. Take a break. Have a Kit Kat. Yeah, but you certainly made a very good choice by choosing Indunamo because we in part of the journey we were interacting with other people from the different service providers or board course providers, and and you kind of realized the privilege that you had from a technical knowledge perspective, especially for SEMA cohort, because oftentimes we assume that by virtue of the roles that we have in our jobs, that we are knowledgeable from a technical perspective until you actually hop onto the program and you realize, geez, when last did I actually understand the scope of a standard? But you certainly did not make any mistake by choosing Indunamo. Just by way of background, my name is Shadi Makubele. So I am an executive at a leading system integrator in Africa. So when I started the SEMA to CA course, I was working at the CSRR at that time, and I then got a job at my current employer, BCX. So there was too many dynamics, right? Obviously, coming into a new environment, you have to prove yourself that indeed the money that they promised to pay you, that it is worth it, right? So I had too many things at the same time together with my studies that I had to literally balance out. And I'm a mother of two boys, two young boys. My eldest son is turning 8 this year, and the young one is 4 years. And for those that have got children, you know that that's the age that they have the most hectic schedule, even a more hectic schedule than their own parents, right? And yeah, and I'm a leader at my church, and so many other things, right? You involved in a whole lot of, you're still a family member. There is still requirements at home when there is, and I come from Limpopo. So whenever there's events, I have to think about the drive home, drive back, studies. How do I balance all of that? But I'm here and I made it, right? But I think I need to just emphasize that this journey that you're embarking on is going to certainly require a lot of sacrifice. You're going to have to do so many sacrifices. And time flies, guys. Time really flies. You may look at 1.5 years and think that I can't afford not to go to this event, to this party, to that, to gym, to this. But before you know it, it's all over, right? But that sacrifice has to be literally part of your journey, at least for the 1.5 years that you're gonna embark on, right?